Hey guys, today we have got ourselves a broken Samsung R730 laptop, which we will be disassembling and then selling the parts for the customer. So, first step, as with all laptops, is to flip it over and remove the battery. Now, this is important just to stop any discharges happening to any parts if you touch them, etc. Next step, which is always a good idea, is to just press the power button and hold it, just to discharge any remaining power from the laptop, like so. So, we're going to flip it over. There's a hole that says ODD, which stands for optical disk drive. Just going to get our screwdriver, remove that screw, slide out the optical disk drive, and I'm just going to pop this screw back into the optical disk drive. Like so, and then set that off the side, as that is all removed. Next step, we're going to want to remove the cover here. This is for the hard drive. It just slides forward and up. I have already removed the hard drive. And this one here, which is for RAM. I'm going to remove the screws. This one is a little tab, and you put it up. Again, I've removed the RAM because they were the easy bits to get to. So, now that we've removed that, we're going to want to turn it around so I can see what I'm doing, and we're going to want to remove all of these screws you can see. Don't know how well you can see this. I may have to readjust the camera in a second. Yeah, sorry about the non-aerial view, but I honestly don't have anywhere else to mount a camera. As you can see, a magnetized screwdriver more than helps for doing this. Now, I will say leave the screw. Wait, I'm just going to get this up to the camera so you can see. But you want to, there's two screws here. This one you want to remove. This one you want to leave. Okay? And I'm just going to adjust the camera a bit if I can. Like so. Just so you can see it ever so slightly better. Yes, that is the sound of sticky tape, because my camera, as always, is held up by sticky tape. Right, so continuing on. I've already done that one. Now you definitely want to remove the ones that say KBD. That stands for keyboard. Those screws though should be put in a separate pile to the ones that you have for your what would it be? External casing. If this video is out of focus, I do apologise. I am having to use the stock camera app, as every other camera app seems to be crashing at the moment, which is interesting. But hopefully you'll be able to see enough. Always worth, after this, checking, just to make sure you have done everything. I've missed one screw just there. Right, just going to flip it back over, open it up. Now I've undone one that says KBD, and as you can see, the keyboard is already coming away, so we're just going to pull at that a little bit, very gentle. As you can see, it's not coming away from there, so just flip it over, there is a KBD screw, and I have forgotten to remove it. So it's gonna remove that. This is why you always check to make sure you're not going to damage anything. This is why you don't tug at laptop parts. And also there are ribbon cables in here. So there you go, it's come away this time. So keyboard, you flip them over. Now I'm going to get out my other camera and just do a quick film for this. With these laptops you have like a little latch like this. So what you want to do is you want to get your nail and flick it upwards. Like so, you see that flicked up, and then that releases the ribbon cable. And then for this one here, I'll just whip out that phone again. Touchpad, we're going to want to bring this forward, and this other one here forward, like so. And then the touchpad cable will just slide out. See, like so. Like that, and just rest it on top. And for our speakers, we're just going to detach the tape and just very gently pull forward, like so. Alright, so now we're going to want to just have a little try and lift this up and run our fingers along the edges, and it should make some of this stuff. You may have to be a bit forceful, which I'm being now. Don't be so forceful you're going to break it, but do be forceful enough that you are actually going to undo the latches. Now if it's not coming, it seems to be something over there, so let's flip it back over, and it looks like I have missed the screw here, which I have. That's why you're not going to be too forceful with this. So just going to flip it back round, and we're going to have another go at that. There you go, you see it's coming away a lot better this time. So right, it looks like maybe something there. Oh, there is a screw hole. Wow, I'm missing loads of screws today. Don't normally miss this many, but right. Right, that should be it now. Should just be able to get my nails in, lift it up, and there. Just pop that out of the way. So next we're going to want to get this bit here. Now I'm just going to check the camera can see this, but there is a little SATA connector board just here. We're just going to want to lift up like we did with the keyboard. There's the lift up latches. Which will pull away small cable. Set that aside. Now this will be screwed in with one screw. Just undo that one screw. And you then have this little SATA board. It goes from like a SATA cable to one of those little latched cables. Oh, my fun focus on my phone. Anyway, if you can see that at all. So next we want to disconnect this cable here. We're just going to want to very gently put it away, like so. And there's a bigger cable just here. So it's really hard to get an angle on this, but there's a cable here, just to put it away, like so. It should be able to wiggle free, like that. And next we're going to want to remove this board here, which has a single screw, like so. It's not coming away, just make sure. Oh no, it's got two screws. Always worth making sure if it's not coming away. There we go. Just remove that extra screw. And there we go. There is our USB 2.0 board, like that. So the remaining wires all go into the top bezel area. The Wi-Fi antenna I will remove in a minute. So next is another piece of this tape. You can just get rid of that. Okay, and you're just going to want to get this cable here. And this one, since it's a lot more valuable than the rest, you push one. Actually, I'm going to get my phone. Alright, with this, you have these. You're going to push one side out, like so, and then you're just going to do the same with the other side, and it will just come free. Right, so now this one also has a grounding port thing, which single screw, then that cable is now free. Just set that aside like you have with this one here. Pop that screw away. Now we're going to want to, what next? Disconnect the wireless antenna. So it's going to shut this, lift it up, flip it upside down. Now, I'll show this to the camera if I can. On these laptops, we have a little wireless card here, and there are two antennae. You're just going to try and lift up the antenna, like that. They just pry away really simply. Just flick it up. And once you flicked it up, that's all you need to do. Next, we continue the wireless antenna. After we open this, we're going to want to just grab this, you want to wiggle it around a bit, and if you're very gentle, they'll both just come out. Just always be gentle with these, as the little connectors on the end can very easily just fall off. So this one here is a bit of a pain, so I'm just going to try and encourage it. There you go, like so. Then we're just going to wiggle these off, like so, and just set them aside. Oh, like so. It's a good idea, just put it behind this bit here. Didn't think of that until now. So next, we're going to want to remove the motherboard, which has how many screws? One. Can't have just one. May have spoken too soon. It seems to just have one screw. That's very odd. Sure, that's wrong. Oh no, there's a screw on the heatsink fan, which will be connected to the motherboard. Yes. Seems to be there's something holding it there. I'm just going to check. Aha! Something I forgot. This may be sensible to do. If I just push down and try and do this. It's not easy now that I've removed it. I'm just going to reseat this board if I can. Oh, I've just gone and got myself a bit in a stuckness. Yeah, and simple, this has a little... Oh, there you go, that's better. Right, this has a little fake SD card thing, which, as you could guess, if you try and pull the motherboard out, it's going to resist against it. Didn't see that. So now, we've got our motherboard out, which still does work somehow, but as you can see, it's got water damage all around here. Don't know if the camera's picking this up very well, but we have water damage all the way along there. However, it does still boot, which obviously means everything else works. Only this chip here seems to have got damaged. Whatever that chip does is causing it to hang, but yeah, you can boot into Windows Safe Mode, but as soon as you try and do anything that's more demanding than Safe Mode, it does crash. So, next step is probably for you on an anti-static surface, but for me, since this board is dead, I will just put it anywhere. You want to disconnect the CPU fan, like so. Unscrew a screw here. And then do the opposite side. And then do this one here. And then do the last screw. Now after you, as you can see, this needs a bit of dusting, which is always going to be useful if you want to sell this. Very filthy. But after a bit of dusting, this is a heatsink fan. Very useful. You know, they're worth it. Next, we have our Intel CPU. Now, I'll show you how to get one of these out, as these are very different and delicate. So, there is this little pin notch here. I really hope this camera focuses on it eventually. But, yeah, it's got a little notch part. And with this, you put in a screwdriver, and then you have to turn it. It's not going to focus. I'll Anyway, yeah, you put in a flathead screwdriver. I'm just going to get a flathead screwdriver for you. So we're just going to put in our flathead screwdriver, and we just turn it. And the whole chip should hear that it's turned. You turn anti-clockwise. Next, we're just going to grab it by the edges, and it will just pull forward. And there it is. Now very carefully place that down somewhere. Do not bend any of those pins or it's worthless. And that is how to get the CPU out of the socket. Oh, now it focuses. So yeah, this is the little notch pin. So, right, back over here. Just to get the remainder of the laptop apart. There is a cover for something here, which is worth checking out what it is. I assume it's not really anything important, but just in case it is. There you go, that's what Samsung passes as a heatsink. In my mind, that is not a heatsink, it's just a piece of metal, but anyway, that's the heatsink for the chipset. So yeah, there's a little micro chipset. Okay, that is on up. Wait, last thing on this motherboard, there's a screw here, which is attaching the Wi-Fi card just here. So yeah, that's a mini PCI Express wireless card with half of the pins not actually there. Very interesting. I wonder if that's a Samsung only design or if it will work on other boards, but yeah. So that's that, and then this motherboard is now, just double check, yep, that's all finished with. Right, so you've got the, oh yeah, we got a battery extender thing, is what I'll call it, which is that. From the looks of it, it literally just extends the battery area for Samsung because they could not make it long enough on the board or something. But yeah, that's that. What that does. Okay, so next we're going to want to. This is the point. Oh, careful. Interesting. This is the point where we want to remove these other two screws. Here, these ones should be slightly harder, it seems, to get out. You may want to not consider dropping them on the floor, but since this is being sold for parts, I don't really think screws are going to be worth that much. But I will try and sell the appropriate screws with the appropriate parts, because that's just nice for people. So, right. Oh, the whole case is bending there. Okay. Right, so we're just going to want to undo these screws that are holding these hinges on. And it seems as if, if you get these hinges off, they sort of want to snap, almost. So, oh, no. There you go, they both came off fine. That's nice. There is this fake cap thing for the heatsink. And then there are some hinge bits just here and here, and that is all that's left. But they don't come off. So, that is it for the bottom half of this board. There is also a Windows key on the bottom part, but, you know. Yeah. So, to get a bezel open, what you'd normally do is you'd take one of these sticker ends and just pull upwards. And you should hear it start coming apart, and then you just run along. And then you can try starting it at the top as well. Whatever you do, try not to scratch the screen, because that really does reduce its value to you or customers. It may just be worth, oh, yep, thought so. It may just be worth removing these, as I'll show you in a second, but there are screws in these, which yeah, very interesting. So yeah, remove all of these will help. So, oh, wrong screwdriver. I'm glad there wasn't any of these screws in the bottom half, or that may have got broken. so. Now, you should, I'm saying should because this is not actually coming out very nicely. Oh, there we go. It seems to be doing something where it wants to come up a bit. There we go. Now these, you've got to be very careful with this. What? Because these really break very easily, and I might break it now. Oh no. These break when you're not taking them apart. Ah, just notice these. Some more of these means some more screws. I'm assuming there's one on the other side. Oh, that's a sticky screw. Yes, there is one on the other side. Like so. Next, continue along. What? Feels so risky going down this side. Alright, and lift these up again. There we go. Now, this is where it gets a bit complicated. You're going to need to get these hinges to go downwards. So, it'll go through, like so. And then, there you go. Your bezel is now removed. It's just a bit of floppy plastic, really. But that is the bezel. Next, what should we remove next? Let's remove the screen, which seems to just come out. So, oh nope, I'm going to remove all these screws at the bottom for the hinges. Nah. Yeah, as I said before, if you see me dropping screws, it's because I'm not rebuilding this laptop. And most people who order parts are just ordering a part. They're not going to build a laptop from scratch. So it's negated. What's the word? I don't know. It's probably not worth keeping these screws, is what I mean to say. There we go. Now we should just take these hinges off. And quickly throw them to the side because they're full of oil. Lovely. Next we should be able to literally lift up the nice HD screen. So you can see, wipe down with something like a baby wipe or something like that. And let's have a nice glossy screen. Now these, should it be almost scratchless to scratchless, can get about £50. So this is what I was saying, be very, very careful with your screen. But yeah, that's the screen done. Alright, so now we've only got a few things left. So this is stuck on with what looks like sticky tape. So yep, we just, oh wait, nope, we got this to go now. You have to, there you go, it just comes off. You can swing it away like I've just done. Undo that. So screw. I think it's, oh no, it's just sticky taped on. So yeah, if you want to just remove that and set that aside. That's the webcam. And then we've got the Wi-Fi antenna. So go sort of like that. Like that. And I'm assuming genius. Oh no, this does come out. Do these. There we go. One Wi-Fi antenna out. I'll just try and get you a view on this as well. Like sticky tapeable antennas. There you go. And then the other Wi-Fi antenna out. I think the Wi-Fi antennas actually use this metal. And I may consider putting them back in and sell with the top bit, but I don't know. Anyway, I will say that that is it for this laptop. This may be worth something separately, but I'm assuming it won't sell if you try and give it away separately, so nah. But yeah, so that was the disassembly and part removal, whatever you want to call it, of the Samsung R. Forgotten now. Where's the screen bezel? The R730. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope it was useful to see. Yeah. See you next time.